Hello and welcome to another video. Haven't uploaded a video in, I'd say, about 3 weeks. This one's coming from inside my house. The one that I wasn't allowed at in the summer, but here I am. So what we're going to be covering tonight are the patterns of a woman. Excuse me. The patterns of a woman. Now, I made a past video about how she treated her ex is how she'll treat you. A pattern of a woman is a proven cycle that she's done in past relationships. Take notice how she ends her relationships before beginning another. Does she end a relationship in a civilized manner? Does she sit down and depart on good terms, or does she just burn the bridge and pour extra gas on it just because she can? Because if it ever goes south with you, that's an example of how she's going to do. Was she crazy and slash her ex's tires and smash windows? Well, if you get with her, she's going to do the same to you. That's an example of her patterns. So what I'm going to draw out tonight is the pattern with... Now, this pattern I'm given tonight is not a pattern of all women. It's just a pattern of my whore ex-wife. Excuse me, the whore ex-wife. I don't claim that at all. The whore ex-wife. But the parallels are how she cheated on baby's daddy, who she was with before me. The steps, how she did it step by step. She literally did the same playbook to me. So I'm going to bring that out tonight. And again, it varies from woman to woman. But notice her pattern, because that's her proven way that when things go south, get hard, that's what she does. So, what she did to baby's daddy. First, she lied to him about where she was to be with me. She'd lie about having to go to work so we could hang out. She even lied to her brother that I wasn't there because he hated me and still does, and he didn't want me in his van, but I was in there anyways. And I banged his sister on the back seat too. Now he knows about it, so take that. Okay, so she also would wait until baby's daddy fell asleep, and then she'd step out on him and have sex with other men while he was sleeping in his own house. Literally stepping out on him. Another thing the whore ex-wife did to baby's daddy is she cheated on him with me during one of the ladies' night outs. That's why I've never been a big fan of ladies' night out, because I always say it's just whore's night out. It's female hypergamy night. And I know women cheat on ladies' night out because my whore ex-wife cheated on the guy she was with me on ladies' night out. Another thing she did to the baby's daddy is she filed a false police report on him, and that was domestic violence too. And then they put a PPO on him and kept him from his house for months. Meanwhile, she's squatting at his house there, living for free, bringing other men into his house. That's when she brought me into her ex's house, and she cheated on him with me in his own house. All while he wasn't allowed to be there because of a court-ordered protection order. Same exact thing she did to me. I'll go on my side, but first I'm going to list them, exactly what she did to him, because that was her pattern. But I was foolish and married her anyway, but thank God I ain't married now. So she changed, when she kicked him, baby's daddy, out of his house, she changed the locks on him too. Same to me. Also, she continually hit and punched him in the face. And I can see why he resorted to going back to smoking crack after getting with her. Okay, she was constantly disrespecting baby's daddy. She was constantly lying to him. And she didn't waste any time jumping into a new relationship after she left him. That's because, and then the new guy, or the supply, because she's a narcissist, so the new supply helped her move her shit out of his house while he was not allowed to be there. And also she helped herself to his items when she wasn't even supposed to do it. So she moved out and her shit, and she moved into the new guy's place. When she did it with baby's daddy, the new guy was me. So she used me as a moving guide. And why it didn't enter my mind, when it goes south, this is the same exact thing she's going to do to me. At the time, I believe it was pride, because pride always thinks it's the exception to the rule, and it was, oh, she did that to him, but oh, she wouldn't do that to me. And like I've said in the past, if you ever find yourself telling yourself, falsely reassuring yourself, oh, she would never do that to me, odds are she already is doing it and has been doing it on you. So on the way out of baby's daddy's house, she stole baby's daddy's things and supplies before he was allowed to get back into his house. So now let's do the parallels with when it went south with me. Rather than end it like two adults, she did the same exact dysfunctional pattern to baby's daddy she did to me. I think that's better. So anyways, if she lied to him about where she was, then she lied to me about where she was. So I didn't fall asleep. On the weekends when I would catch up on sleep, that's when she would spend hours over her brother's house, where she was cheating on me. Same pattern. See what I'm talking about, men? You got to pay attention to these patterns. Because if she did it to her ex, there's no reason she won't do it to you. So here's a big note about ladies' night out. AKA, you know what the actual night out it is. One lady's night out, she didn't get home. Now keep in mind, this is when she was supposed to be my wife. One lady's night out, she didn't get home till 1:30 a.m. I called and texted repeatedly. I think I called her 6 times. Reminds me of the time I first had sex with her. She waited till baby's daddy, she fell asleep. Then I met her at a gas station, and then we made out in the gas station parking lot. Then we went down the road to a darker place and had sex multiple times. All while she thinks the guy she's with is sleeping. Baby's daddy actually called her cell phone, I believe it was 11 times, while I was, banging this woman. Because his turn was done, mine started. Okay, so it was on silent, so we didn't hear it go off, and probably if it wasn't on silent, we wouldn't have heard it anyway. But anyways, he blew up her phone 11 times. She couldn't answer it because I was too busy giving it to her. So see, that's her pattern. So what she was doing that ladies' night, what was she doing that ladies' night? I called 6 times, and she didn't get here till 1:30 a.m., or it was later. The excuse she fed me was she was the designated driver and blah, 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 so she had to drive everybody around. Yeah, but who else were you driving around? Who was the last person you dropped off, and how long did you stay at that person's house? She didn't tell me none of that. So I'm telling you, ladies, not ladies, I'm not talking to you ladies, I'm talking to you men. Don't accept ladies' night out. Don't tell her you don't allow it. Now, props to where it's due. This came from Coach Greg Adams. Coach Greg said, don't allow ladies' night out. Or don't allow it. If you say, I don't permit it, they're going to purposely do it to show male authority don't mean nothing to you. But don't accept it. That's what he said. He said, don't say don't allow it, but don't accept it. You personally, it's either me or ladies' night out. And if they say that's ridiculous, then get rid of them. Because ladies' night out is all about monkey branching, swinging from one branch to the next, if not preparing multiple branches, just in case it goes south with you, like it did with me. And she literally did the same thing to me she did to him. She filed a false police report, domestic violence. She didn't care if I sat in a jail cell and rotted, and she planned on living at my house and squatting for free. The only difference was when she was squatting at his house, she actually paid something toward the rent. When she squatted on me, she didn't pay nothing. Not nothing. Trashed the place on the way out. She changed the locks on me. She brought other men into my house and cheated on me. And then she did me worse than him. Because she didn't cheat on him in his own bed, but she did that to me. It's just disrespect. That's why I tell you guys, you got to avoid these women who have daddy issues. Because they're very promiscuous in the beginning to get your attention, get you interested. But if you decide to get into an LTR with these women, a long-term relationship, their inner hostility toward men, toward male authority, will eventually come out on you. Because now you're the leading male authority in her life. So any issues she has with her dad, subconsciously she'll put them on you, and now she'll treat you as if you were her dad who molested her at that young age and made dysfunctional life from that point forth. And any relationship this woman in is doomed because of her perception of male authority. So to close this video, guys, pay attention to the patterns of a woman. Especially pay attention to if she ended her previous relationship on good terms. Well, that's a good thing, because if it ever does go south with you and her, you know she ain't going to be crazy, psycho, vindictive. She will be able to be an adult about it. You got to watch these patterns, and don't be a fool like me and think you're the exception to the rule, because I'm telling you, you're not. And these videos are posted not because I want sympathy. I don't want anyone's damn sympathy. I'm doing this as my duty to give back to the community, not to be played like a fool. Whether all of you believe me or nobody believes me, I don't care, but I lived through it. And I was one of them people who, before I got married, used to say I'd rather be shot than get married. And then I don't know why I had a sudden change in mind, but now I've literally gone back to the mentality about marriage I had when I was 19. To hell with that shit, I don't need that. And I literally don't. And you men don't need marriage because it does not benefit you in any way, shape, or form. It immediately limits you, locks you down, and now you'll see the real woman after she takes the mask off. After you marry a woman and bring her into her house, your house, now she ain't quite the same creature that you dated. And I'm sure there's a few decent women out there who are genuine, but most women today are fake, because most are addicted to social media to supply the narcissistic supply of them, needing approval, because they're approval addicts, and they always got to have somebody compliment them because of all their insecurities. Them are the women who ask, what do you think of my new shoes? What do you think of my new dress? And see, what she's really saying is, tell me what I want to hear. Tell me you like my new shoes. Tell me you like the new dress. Because if you tell her that you don't like the dress or the shoes, now her spirits are crushed because she was expecting a compliment and got the opposite. And she was disappointed at you sharing your real feelings, because see, she didn't want you sharing your real feelings, because she's fake, so she wants fake friends around her to prop her up this ulterior character she's made for when she goes out to the bars and plays guys for drinks. They want you to prop that up and to help her hold up this false image, because she lives for the approval of people, and that's her main motive for doing everything. And that categorizes a lot of models, quote unquote, on them social media sites who have millions and millions of followers, and they present no real content that's intellectual, that helps anybody. They just have pictures of their tits and their ass, and they have literally 3+ million followers. That's just how this world operates right now. So again, the patterns of a woman, she will not deviate from these patterns. And I've from one video I've watched, the marriage advice counselor said this. He said to marry patterns, not potential. Patterns are what we've been discussing this whole video. How she treated him is how she's going to treat you. How she treated him during the relationship is how she's going to treat you. And how she treated you when it ended is how she'll treat you when it ends with you. Not if, but when, because you are just a rebound. And these avoider type personalities just rebound to rebound to rebound to rebound, and they don't even literally know who they are. But they're trying to tell you who you are. That's the oxymoronic thing about it. So that concludes this video tonight on patterns, and we'll be putting more up. We're in the house, we won the divorce, and it's time to let these women know we got your playbook, and we're telling them how it is.